Chase Oyaki with the Blue Futon. At the movie theater, I saw Drive My Car. It's one of the rare movies I actually seen that's best picture contender. Let's see if it is worth it, and should you drive this car? So Drive My Car, what's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. Husband and wife, they are both screenwriters. One's kind of for the movies and one's for the theater. Unfortunately, the wife just drops dead out of nowhere, and now he is kind of in a rut with his life of what to do. But he has his car. That is his momentum. That is what he loves to do. But 2 years later, he has to do this. He's the theater manager for one of his plays, and he is not allowed to drive his car. So someone else is doing it for him. What happens in this theater manager position? What is this story? Let's find out. So this is a very much a slow burn, 3-hour movie. It's only dialogue with very monotone actors. This is the type of movie that probably will not win any awards because, like I said, there's no like Oscar screen time where like that person's yelling, that person's doing something different. No, this is a very monotone. They're talking, they're reading scripts, they're reading this, they're reading that. They're trying to figure out this wife, her backstory, and who she actually slept with this husband, because there's a backstory about their daughter dying from pneumonia, and with that they kind of fell apart, but they still love each other. He's faithful, she's not. So there's this content kind of thing of like, does he hate her? What is this story about? Because the wife only talks about her screenplays while having sex, so that's a very different way of telling this story. So when thinking about this movie, like I said, it's a 3-hour movie. It keeps you entertained, but it does drag on. However, there are some scenes of dialogue, especially one in the car about the husband and one of the actors talking about something 2 years ago and continuing a story about what this girl is about to do. That dialogue piece, like right there, sucked me in. I was like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? What is this story? What is the story? So there are points in this movie where like, damn, it sucks you in extremely, extremely well. Faults of this movie, yes. 3 hours. Does it need to be 3 hours? I don't think so. This is an actor's movie. What I mean by that, Birdman, praising actors, stuff like this. And I can see why critics and Hollywood love this movie, because it is an actor screenplay type of movie where it's kind of in the realm of what they're trying to do. I do enjoy that there's different dialogue pieces like Mandarin, Korean, sign language, English, and how they do this play, which I find very fascinating. About this play isn't just in Japanese, it's playing, like I said, it's in Mandarin, English, sign language. And I think that's a fascinating way to tell a play. And if it happens like that in Japan, I think that's pretty dope that they can just keep doing it to that extent. So with this movie, though, should it win Best Picture of International? I don't know. The only 2 international pictures I actually seen was this one and Worst Person in the World. And if I had to choose one to rewatch, I mean, probably Drive My Car, actually, because, I mean, Worst Person in the World, yeah, it's a good, rom-com, but I think Drive My Car has more of a message about death, life, holding possessions, and then trying to let go of what we can do for the future. I have no idea who's trying to text me, guys. I'm sorry. That's rude. I should have put the phone down. Extremely tired. Played basketball for quite some time. But overall, Drive My Car, it's a very intriguing story. I enjoyed it. It did drag. It's very monotone. There's some things that like keep you entertained. Even though it's a 3-hour movie, I expected it to talk a little bit more about like why he couldn't drive his car and why these actors could. I wish he would have brought it up, but that's his personality. This guy's personality is kind of like, okay, I'm kind of do what I'm going to be told to do. But at the same time, I kind of want him to be like, yo, why is this actor able to drive his car and why can't I? Yeah, he has an eye problem and he's never really had an accident except once, and that really wasn't his fault. Someone T-boned him. So I kind of wish they talked about that. It's kind of weird. It's a 3-hour movie, but it still leaves some gaping holes of like, why is that? Why is that? Expect this to come out in Criterion because it's a Criterion Janus type of film. But overall, I'm saying overall a lot in this one. So we'll just give you my overall thing about the movie. It's good. It's an actor's movie. I was entertained for 3 hours, even though I do think it could have cut maybe 20 to 30 minutes. But it's still a movie I could watch again to kind of see what the overlining message is about Hiroshima in Japan as a whole and lost and wanting to let go, or when knowing to let go. Which I'm one of those people where I don't think you have to let go, because sometimes it's like, why do you have to let go? I mean, if you could live your life and still have the possessions of the past and still like fulfill, I don't see an issue with that. But Drive My Car will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futon because at 80%. So see the critics' news scores gave this one. So you have the critics at 98% with 178 of them. Audience score 79% with over 250. Here's critic consensus. Drive My Car imposing runtime holds a rich, patiently engrossing drama that reckons with self-acceptance and regret. Regret of maybe talking to your spouse before they die. Regret of trying to figure out what the past could lead to the future. Should you have another kid? Should you not? So I can kind of see that. But it's, to me, honestly, is between a 70 and 80%. I'm giving it 80%. I was thinking about giving it 70% back because I've been giving a lot of 80s recently, but that's not a reason to, give this one an 80. Is it best pitch material? I don't honestly know. I haven't seen that many movies. So, 79, 80, 98. Chase Knock with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Blue Futon-topia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Have you seen this movie? I saw it in theaters, but I think it is on Vudu right now. So, do yourself a favor. If you want to watch an interesting Japanese movie, this is the one. But like I said, no action. No one's raising their voices. Very monotone.